You have now reached Guitar Time Club Edition. It is Saturday night. Last night was phenomenal. Something about going numerous Fridays and Saturdays without a gig makes you feel pretty good when you strap a guitar on and you go entertain. And there was a lot of people out. I'm serious, it was excellent. Really can't express that enough. Thanks to all that was involved with the evening, and much love and appreciation goes out to Paul and his crew for doing such a wonderful job at the pub in Tifton, Lamplighter Pub, as most folks know it. Now, I really don't know what's going on today. It's really a recovery day. You know, get your wireless plugged back up so that way, when you're ready to play stuff, you can play. I want to make some notes. Once again, it worked for about, 6-7 minutes at best. You don't ever see when it decides to just croak. It does what it wants. I might just end up having a nice big sale and getting me something more iconic, because it's loud. This is a great loud amp. If you got a killer cabinet, this thing will help you find your way to what you're looking for. I got lucky and was blessed with Larry. This is Larry. It's Marshall, but I know it as Larry. Mr. Larry had his own sound. This thing could sound like so much stuff. Just lots of tonal stuff is in the amp. It's great. So much so that there's a Valve State combo amp online for sale. I think it's just under $300. If you're digging what you're hearing on these videos and you live local, that's not really that bad of a price. Yeah, it's a little old, but this is 90s. Think about how much people are wanting for tube amps these days. A 20-watt iron ball Engel with delay built in, which is the one I've been like, is $1,400, and it's 20 watts. We're talking about, 20 watts, guys, not 100 watts, or so they say 240. I highly doubt it. I've got a really nice amp over here for my PA. This thing says it's got 6,000 watts of Class D technology power. I find it highly ironic because, I have an old PA mixer board with power built in. It weighs a ton. I know it's different technology, but it says it's only 600 watts. But 600 watts of Class B technology is loud. Tube technology. Stevie Ray Vaughan used 22 watt twin, something like that, and people just can't believe how loud it was. They were using 100 watt Marshalls at AC/DC's concerts and stuff, and they were still known as the loudest band in the world. So just because something says it's got 80 gajillion watts, go buy these. Does it mud up? Does it turn to mush when you turn it up? Because this guy did. It gets loud. It just turns to mush at some point. Class D can't do the tube compression thing. That's why so many artists are serious about the sound and what they're using. They might not even say, this amp is better than that name or whatever. They might just say it's tube. Tube boob. calm down. It's Saturday, I know. So, also in reference, yesterday I said something about my wirelesses. You know, I had issues last night. I ended up cording up. And you remember the video that I posted yesterday about the wireless not being properly charged? I didn't even use these because just like now, hold on, I can't, they're not fully charged. And I've had them on for hours. I'm not sure if it had anything to do with the red light I was talking about. It's not on now, and they're almost charged. Also, not only do you charge the wirelesses that's in it, the wirelesses, it's the box is a battery. So these are just things that you're going to have to learn and deal with, you know, in the wireless room. I want to play a guitar. And I also want to talk about Purple, the dime guitar. You know how you wax pot a pickup, right? I'm going to take this guitar apart. I'm so deeply involved with what's going on with this guitar because I've had it for over a decade. Well over. Probably closer to 15. The tabs where the screws screw down and pull the pickup up to the strings, one of them is broken. They're plastic. I mean, come on, it's a $250 guitar when it first came out. It's been rewound for me, but the tab is broke. I'm wondering if I should just fill the cavity up with hot glue and then hurry up and stick it back down and let it dry and then see if we can get it set it, forget it, because it has no oomph. There's just not enough stuff going on. Or should I just buy some new pickups and it's a cheap guitar, guys. I don't need to blow a lot of money. I wanted to do something really cool for the Squire Strat. And it's just, here we are, I'm in the same boat. I took that guitar to the show last night and it just had it was a pulse that was barely breathing. So I just quit it. I had my Schecter and I had my fire breathing, Flamey, which is an RG. And I ended up just playing Flamey all night, which it happens most nights. So it's gonna go down, and that's probably gonna be another help somebody else see what's going on underneath the strings, because I understand a little bit, but I don't know everything. And I'm also not, a real technician when it comes to these things. I do know if you go sticking a screw in there and you tap into that wires wrapped around that magnet, you're going to destroy the pickup. And having it already been worked on, it's not going to be something I want to do. But I do. I want to play, even if it's just for a few minutes. I learned how to edit a video on YouTube, not on the phone, not prior to upload. It's a start. It'll get me by. Because yesterday's video, I know I've got a lot to say today. I'm not going to cut it out. But yesterday, I had tons of wireless problems. Absolutely tons. There was at least 8 to 10 minutes just completely wasted on wireless and why isn't it working and just stuff, and it was terrible. I was embarrassed. And I went on YouTube just to basically look at what happened and learn from it. And I found something that was exactly what I was looking for. It was edit mode. So I went there and Seen that you could literally pick parts out of it that you knew were a waste of time. Nobody's watching it. And it was great. It ain't the world's, answer, but it's a start for me. And I'm really just wanting to get better at the whole thing. I don't want to spend hours nibbling away at a video that is just a chance for you guys to kind of get to know the weird vibe that is what I do. Everybody's always thought whatever they think, but I've heard it enough to know that there's a few out there that think it. Oh man, he's so good, I don't even want to play when I get around it. I didn't want to be around me. And I realized today, as a 45-year-old who only wants to play with other musicians almost all the time, this is me playing, so I'm playing, because I ain't saying I'm at the end of my career or nothing, but, when you get to be older, spending the time and gas to go make a few licks out with some guys, it gets harder and harder to do. All your buddies that used to play don't play anymore. There's a fraction of you that have it in their heart and soul. And if there's a few of you that has even a bigger fraction that's big, which takes up a larger portion of the pie, that are doing it because they want to make money. Let's not get into all this. It complicates things. Because everybody wants to make a guitar string back for breaking one. It's not wrong. But what's wrong is the personal this is my personal feeling here. Please don't twist this. It's a different, rather than saying it's wrong, it's a whole nother game show to want to play guitar so they can make a lot of money and have a bunch of girls flirting with them so they can have their choice and have crab legs and flying planes and Bruce Dickinson who don't want that to an extent too. I'm not saying I ain't no sinner. I'm just saying you get to be my age, you're doing it for a different reason. It's a different kind of thing. It's to see the girls out there and to hear some folks out there, woo, after that last song, because you knew you did a good job at it. It's what carries a guy with confidence issues and bad teeth and very little, wages for their day job, and their kids that are grown that have way better grades than you, and your legacy is lived out through something else because you didn't leave them all for this. Boy, that was a good decision. I'm telling you it was. Not everybody gets to look like Jimi Hendrix in the end of the show. And I bet you Jimmy was, the way it sounded to him, he wasn't very happy. Nobody wants to play for a $50 bag of weed when they're rich and famous because of that dude is taking it. I'm gonna try not to move around a little bit. Maybe I could pass down some of my knowledge here, because if you're playing something like black or a lot of these prettier sounds that are strat oriented, you got your E and then you play your power chord E, right? But then you could do that, and you're playing just one finger. So I'm trying not to sound like anything, but then you want to do something different that goes with that. So you go to an A, right? Which you could do this. right? But you could also go. It's another power chord. Sorry, I'm struggling here. Trying to show you, but when you play the A power chord, it's a lot playing like playing a D, right? But and you're using your pinky, but your middle finger is just in the way, almost making it impossible for me to show you. Look what I just learned on camera. This makes sense. So you just disappear. You're playing. This is what it looks like. And your big finger, your index. I'm sorry, I've been having trouble speaking today. Both of these are still being worked while I'm picking this up. Please ignore this finger. I can't do it and show you at the same time. So when you're picking this up, you're playing it all the way across. Pick it up and then put it back down again. Then you have to change over, which is what I've been struggling with my neuropathy, is you open A, but this finger is still holding down the E down here on the bottom. That sounds so interesting. It always has to me, and that's why I still play it. The only thing you're missing at this point is not hitting the wrong foot pedal for one. Is a wah. You're playing that same lick with a wah. I do not know why this rig does that. Let me try something here. Looks hard, but it's a pinky single. These two are not being used, but you're working your pinky. I like to hold them both. Just something I just came up with. I don't really play. I play those chords a lot, but I don't really play those together. But it's another Alice in Chains thing, you know. That's not the right song. Sorry, guys. know if that's the correct. It's probably not. It's an Alice in Chains, uh, the Three-Legged Dog album. Can't remember what the name of the dog was. It doesn't matter. Uh, the final Alice in Chains record. We pay our debts on time. Time. It's of utmost precious. Now. I'm not giving up because that guitar won't give up. It will make me want to play tomorrow. And I'm blessed to have a bunch of cool gear. I didn't spend a whole lot of money. I did, however, play my whole life. I'm actually thinking about playing the old Peewee amp. I still have it. It's at Annabeth's house. And nobody's going to see this video because they're playing probably right now. They're at the Pillars tonight, opening up for Faith Jackson. It's pretty cool. Man, I bet you she's eating that up, man. She looks up to her. And that's what we all need to do as musicians. Somewhere, all of us do it. I've done it. You're influenced by people, and I guess you could say the local ones let you down because they don't make it. They give up. They have children. They get jobs. They get better lives for the now, and they get caught up in their comfortability factors. I've fallen victim to all of these things. I had kids. I got a better job. I moved out of the county that I grew up in. And it's not wrong. It's not right. It just changes everybody's journey. So I'm still playing. Think about the lotto ticket that I realized that I was handed. And whether I had just a little small amp like the Black Star or the stack of stuff over here that seemingly nobody wanted, including all the processors down here. I couldn't sell none of this stuff except maybe that head that I'm telling you ain't worth buying, and I'd have to sell it dirt. And the stuff that I dream of having, it's like 10 times the price of what I'm going to get for any of it. So you need to learn how to make that stuff work. It all pretty much does the same thing. There are those that budget amps now. I'm just saying, there's a bunch of amps out there. Less than $300. They do the and they go shh. You know, they got reverb and delay and swirly stuff and in and outs. You don't need too much of that stuff, man. The good amps, you need a good volume knob on your guitar so it don't go every time you use it. Remember I said this guitar needs a better pot. It was that one. It was that one. And it was that one. It's a $10 part and $25 labor probably for somebody to open that up and fix it. Get your guitar fixed. Get you a new cord. And just try different settings on a lot of these amps that you're saying they suck. A lot of people listen to some extreme music. There's extreme studio work going on with a lot of that. And you're not going to get your amp to do it in most cases. That's where these processors and stuff come in. They help. They can make your $200 amp sound a little closer to that $1,500 tube amp. But most of those just got a special little, fuzz thing in it that makes that tube sing a certain way. They're not really that much different. You're going to put a distortion pedal in front of it anyway, so it goes and sounds like I just made that face. Just try stuff. If you want a louder amp, get a louder amp. If it has a certain sound, buy it, if that's the sound you want. I made the mistake. Angle used to make amps. They were $2,000 and $3,000. When Strange Nation was together, we played in Alabama. I heard one for the first time. I'd have that amp paid for by now, and I'd have that speaker cabinet too. And it sounded like something I never, ever could have imagined. And all this stuff in here, it comes close. But it's 3 times the amount of stuff, and it's not that. You know, that's just a memory, a superhero in your head. It's all in what you do him too, though. You know, don't beat yourself up because you can't afford to buy that one thing. Just keep playing. Just keep going. Look, I'm gonna quit talking. I played a little bit. I gave a little bit. It wasn't a wasted show. This one probably won't get edited. You know, it's mostly just me trying to talk to folks. I hope over the months that I do this, folks won't pay attention to my grill or what's on my walls or my windows and get to know me, because this has never been what I thought that I would be good at. And the truth is, I think I'm better at it than I ever thought I was, because there's nobody to really keep you from saying what you got to say. And you're not going to always please everybody, are you? The way you look, any choice that you make, you know, shoes you wear, blah, blah, blah. All I can tell you is what I think sounds good or feels good when I go out and play on Friday or Saturday night for a pizza. That's all I got. If you think that's good enough, I'll be glad to hook you up with what I got. And it ain't going to be the right words for the knowledge that you're looking for. But you just seen me literally try to bend a finger totally out of the way while I showed you the 3 fingers you needed to use to make that one chord. You can look up that chord and you can tell me what it is, because I've already seen one guy do it for me. And you know what? It don't hurt my feelings if you do it, because you're going to help somebody else down the road go look that up so they can know it. Y'all have a wonderful Saturday night. I'm fixing to watch YouTube Premium. Dropped all the stuff we were wasting money on, and now I get no commercials on YouTube. Rock on, guys. Peace out.